What up, what up, what up, what up? We back after a morning of shooting at American Bowman. God help us. Somebody Venmo me some money. I'm getting broke. We got Trevon in the house from Outback Outdoors, CBA. He's a man of many. He wears many hats in the outdoor industry. What's up, Trev?
Hey, buddy. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here and you came back up and we shot this morning. We don't got Skinny Cody in the house. He has some issues to do, some job stuff, and but we got Tomas in the house. He's running Cody's job. He's gonna run camera / bullhorn live. Is he getting it? Are you handling it over there?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Hey, does this mean that Skinny Cody can easily be replaced?
Oh, easily
he
replaced.
just needs to remember that.
That's right. So what up, boys?
Well, that was an interesting morning.
Yeah.
I don't even think we need to get into it.
Well, people want to hear how bad we
shot I shot really bad. You actually started in fuego, as they say in the language of my people. And, but we kind of stubbed our toe a little bit.
Well, I was in the zone for right away, and I'm telling you guys, what was it, about hole 8, hole 9, I hit a 5, and I was like, oh, I dropped my hand. What is that?
We got a little echo going here. A little echo. Got a little echo.
There we go. Now we're good. But anyways, I literally just shit the bed. After that, I hit 3 5s in a row, and I thought it was my bow, so I changed my yardage. And next thing I know,
you were chasing it.
I was chasing it, and then I got back at the groove, started doing it. Here's the thing, though. I didn't let Aaron beat me. We tied.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good, him shooting a stick.
It's easy for me, I'll be listening to a podcast and, I'm probably talking trash to you and knowing you're shooting somewhere or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But that course that's a tough course.
I'm telling you guys, anybody who ever in the Colorado area and you want to shoot the American Bowman, if you want to get on the varsity level playing field, American Bowman's where it's at. It's totally 9-day difference.
And I'm working through some issues, some target panic issues that course is not a good place to work through some issues. Because if you stub your toe a little bit there, it costs you.
Well,
it costs you big time.
I'm going to tell you right now, that course is one of the courses where you, if you shit the bed on a target, you just got to let it go because somebody else is going to shit the bed on a target.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is. Somebody's going to mess up. It just, what happened to me today is I just kept on shitting the bed 3 targets in a row, and I was on the course of probably shooting one of my highest scores.
Right. You were looking really good. I was I was blown away, and then you got in your head. It was fun to shoot with Tanner and his dad. Those guys were.
What is their last name?
I do not know off the top of my
I
head.
forget. They shoot a bunch of tournaments.
Yeah, and Tanner competes in the alpha bow hunting competition. He's he's an athlete anyway.
Yeah, well, he told me
shooter.
he played college football, and he got injured or whatever, and he went to school, finished school, and now he's shooting the tournament. And I was like, damn, you big. I mean, he's a big dude. And but anyways, he was literally he shot, what did he shoot, 210?
Yeah, 210.
Yeah, he shot above 210, and first time him shooting on the course, so that just shows you how good he is.
He had a few issues to begin with, just trying to get yardages worked out, and so it was kind of interesting to see him making calculations. But once he got it figured out, he was almost.
Well, his dad is a G2. What did he shoot, a 199?
Yeah. So
he shot 1 under even,
and he shot a 5 the very first target because Anyway.
Either
Enough
way, it was. It's tough to hear. Anyways, is everybody having hearing problems?
That's one of the questions they're asking, if anyone's having trouble hearing.
Yeah, how about that? Is it better? It should be better now. I was dropping the ball. We kind of rushed this thing. We had to eat. We just got done shooting.
That was some good barbecue.
Oh, man, Scooters is the bomb.
Wow.
It is the bomb.
You were telling me they come up from Texas every week.
Every week. They go get their meat, and when they run out, Like I was surprised he gave me the burnt ends. Like honestly, like
because they run out.
yeah,
pretty quick.
they go out real fast, and he did good. He loved it. But anyways, how about the audio now? Is it Tomas, turn the audio up on that, will you? It should be good on mine now.
A little technical difficulties right here.
It should be good.
Okay.
How about now? Everybody liking it? Can you hearing it? But anyways, so we shot I don't know, 20 targets today. And I'm telling you, man, if you're coming down for the best of the best, it is going to be a blast. I'm telling you, it's going to be good. I mean, I'm telling you, it's right now we probably got about 30 teams registered.
And we're maxing at 75, right?
Yeah, 70, 75.
What do we got as far as, because I'm getting hit up all the time with, hey, I'm a compound shooter, I don't have a partner. Hey, I'm telling them just to instant message you on IG so you can kind of pair some people together.
I've been getting a lot of messages. Hold on.
He can't read and talk at the same time.
No, he exactly. I can't multitask. Here's the thing. Pay your fee to Dana. We'll get you partnered up. We definitely need more trad shooters. We have way more compound shooters signed up right now, but I think we need like 3 or 4 trad shooters as of right now, and we'll find them. It just, same thing. Like guys were like, I want to do your guys' tournament, but I don't have a partner. So I don't know if we got to change things up next year, like maybe just randomly draw names out of a hat.
And that's what we did last year, which was interesting because you didn't know who you were going to shoot with till you showed up.
Right, which I think it's the way we probably need to go back to. I think so. I don't know. It's all trial and error. Like I'm excited to see the turnout. We have some great prizes from companies that are coming in. I mean, just to name a few, we got Delta McKenzie Targets sending out some targets. What is the other company with them? Sever Broadheads, they're coming in with them.
Yeti
came through with some luggage. I was showing you the luggage that they're sending. They gave us. It's awesome. Marsupial gave out some harnesses, belts, all kinds of stuff. We got Tito Knives. We got Basemat. Basemat came in with like 10 pro membership year subscriptions, so that's cool. I'm trying to think. We got crispy stuff, socks, shirts, hats, boots. Man, Cryptex sending a bunch of stuff. Sika's sending a bunch of stuff. Cafaro, obviously, Aaron.
Yeah.
They're probably giving out anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 worth of stuff.
Wow, that's
right?
amazing.
It's crazy, right?
And people think it's going to pay so big, but what people don't realize is there's some really cool stuff you can win for like last
showing
year.
up.
I won a 3D target.
Yeah,
guys were winning coolers. There was some cool stuff.
We got Loophole send out like 8 to 10 pairs of sunglasses of their new sunglasses they got come out with binos. Mountain Primal meats sending out some meats. It's cool. Kill Cliff's coming through with some cases of Ignite and CBD. It's gonna be a good time, and that's just on my end of what I know. Aaron has, I think, Iron Will coming in, Black Eagle, arrows. I mean, we have a lot of prizes to give out, and when you register, you'll get a ticket, and when you sign up and show up, you'll get a ticket, and that's how you win.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty much. Hopefully, somebody gets a prize. Everything. We got a bunch of stuff from Walls of Wall coming in. We have keychains, American flag. He's throwing an American flag, best of the best. We, I decided, you know what we need to do? We need some trophies. So I got some trophies coming in.
Now, these aren't participation trophies.
No. Although some of these might be because we have, obviously, the MVP. This is all for Saturday. Saturday, this is everybody shoot. And if you qualify for the top 10, to shoot on Sunday for the money, that's your prize for Sunday. But Saturday, we're taking top shooter for trad, top shooter for compound, and that they'll get the MVP for high score, right?
Right.
We have now in that same boat. We also have you are not the best of the best. You suck trophy, and that's for the lowest team score.
The lowest team score.
Yep. So both of you guys will get trophies there. So that may be a participation.
Well, but no, that's more of a novelty, I think.
Yeah, right.
But it's still cool. I mean, you know.
Yeah, and then we have best trash talker of the day.
Yeah. You should be right in the running for that.
Well, you know, the only way I thought about how am I going to win a trophy?
You built a category.
I built a category. So I may do that. I may get one there. I'm trying to think. We're going to have some money shoots on outside of the range, like a couple matrix targets with balloons and unknown yardage.
That'd be fun.
For like $100, you know. Trad and compound, 2 different divisions. We're just going to try to make it fun. I mean, we have guys coming from all over the country.
My partner's coming out of Texas.
Is he? Mm-hmm. Does he know how bad you shot today,
though? Oh, I hope he doesn't listen to this. And I guarantee my setup will be a little bit different when I actually come to compete for that, because I am not. Yes. Anyway, no excuses there. No excuses.
Well, and that's just it. Well, here's the good thing. I shot last week at the course for the first time. And it was, I shot like a 155. Mm-hmm. Horrible, right? I missed targets. So today I shot better. My score was better. So maybe by, the tournament, I can get up there in that 180s.
Well, and there is something to be said for understanding how the course runs. Mm-hmm. But there's also something to be said just for working through some of the issues.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, I'll be the first to admit I couldn't believe how good you were shooting up until you stubbed your toe. But, yeah.
Right. We have a question, Tomas?
Yeah, we have a couple questions. The first one we had, let me get to it real quick.
Technology.
I know.
I love it.
Who won the shoot today? Team Aaron won the shoot today. It was him, Cody Covey, and what was his dad's name? Tony, yeah.
One of the things I have to say is I disagree with how Aaron sets teams up, because he takes no input and he just basically stacks his team.
Aaron's a bully when it comes to things like this. And he knows I'm a sucker to bet money, you know what I mean? So,
right, yeah.
Like, it is what it is with Aaron. Like I said, by the time the tournament comes around, he's not going to be pulling away.
Is he shooting with Cody for the best? Okay.
Yeah, because they were returning champions from the first one. Okay. So we kind of said, which I kind of stuck my foot in my mouth on that, but it's not like he would have got anybody, different. He probably would have stuck with Cody too, so.
Or got Levi Morgan.
Yeah, then we're really screwed. Yeah, then it's one-sided, right?
Tim Gillingham. One of those guys is just amazing.
So that's why I said, like, if if Levi came and wanted to shoot, I would have picked up that stick bow and been his partner for sure.
All right.
I would have. Totally would have. I mean, what's a couple fives in his shooting over,
20 up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'd be all right.
Yeah.
We'd be all right. So, so guys, if you guys want to get into the best of best, you got a couple more weeks. So you got one there, Tomas. Go ahead.
Yeah, Derek is asking, any big hunting trips planned, like New Zealand?
Not in my budget this year. I'm going to be staying in the States this year. Hopefully, maybe go to Canada if they open the border. What about you, Trev? What do you got?
Right now I just have some, of course, I'm still waiting on a few draws, but New Mexico.
Yeah.
I did draw their late season elk.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is a December hunt, which is interesting because it's, the bulls aren't with the cows anymore. It's all the bulls are together. And it's a lot more like mule deer hunting. You're glassing them up, bedding them down, and then trying to sneak in to kill them. So that's in December. And then I've got an odd-ad hunt in New Mexico that I drew that starts January 1. But then as far as the other stuff, I'm waiting on some draws in Wyoming and some other spots. But I'm going to hunt mule deer in Colorado, elk in Colorado, then probably mule deer in Wyoming. I'm fingers crossed I'm going to draw that tag. I should draw it. But yeah, I mean, then I hunt Kansas for whitetail and Nebraska for mule deer. So
I'm working on a lease in Nebraska right now, and I'm hoping it comes through. I mean, here's the problem with like states like Nebraska, and you probably got other states to talk about this. It's all private land,
right?
And when I say that, I mean it's very slim pickings for public. I mean it's not like Colorado here, and I am just I'm tired of waiting on my choice, or when is it going to be my turn to hunt on that property, right? Because you got to give the landowner, heads up if they got their family out there,
right,
or whatever. And I can't beat them anymore, so I just gotta join the people that are leasing. And so yeah, that's what I'm working on, and it's expensive, but at the same time, I'm looking at it as for my kids. You know what I mean? I want to be able to bring my kids there and have a place to hunt. And
if you can get a place that's got some turkeys, got some whitetail, has some other things, maybe some advantages, maybe some fishing, maybe it has a good pond that's crappie or something like that the kids can catch a bunch of fish. That helps. The problem that comes with that is Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, places like that. You've got to find the right property. What I like to do is I meet people, but then I leverage on what I know for land management, wildlife management, some of the things I've done, and by helping them improve their property, I get to hunt.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people they like to rifle hunt. So I will have access to bow hunt, but during rifle season they get to hunt. So I do some of that too, where I trade off some work.
That's smart.
Yeah. But I'm bow hunting before them and after them.
Yeah.
Because like Nebraska, Missouri, places like that, they're going to start, second week of November. Unfortunately, I wish it was first week of December. But second week of November, they start rifle hunting. And I've hunted, I like to hunt that first 2 weeks in November. So I usually hunt up to them.
I love that time of the year in Nebraska.
Dude, especially when temps drop.
I know.
Oh, man.
That first, frosty morning, those bucks start running. That's the part I love. And then there's been a couple times I've been out there in right in the middle of the month with my brother in a blind, and you can see the bucks fighting right in the big cornfield. To me, that is it's something I really, really love, and that's why I'm a big whitetail hunter. I love that part. I really love whitetail hunting. I do. I love it more than mule deer hunting.
Well, see, and I grew up in New Mexico. I was 33 years old before I ever climbed up in a tree stand for anything. So to me, I love whitetail hunting because it's different.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because it's a chess match. I think you and I have even talked about this.
It's
is like, okay, where do I need to be? It's where do I put and then when you're doing the land management and the wildlife management, where do I put the stand? Where am I going to put this food plot? And it's a chess game that's all year round. Although you only hunt during the hunting season, but you're really playing the game all year round.
Where am I putting the trail cameras at? Mm-hmm. Everything. I mean, it really is. Do I got to put another stand up here? And where I hunt is, I prefer having a blind than a tree stand. One, I can be next to my brother, right?
Right.
It's because I don't get back as much. So the time I do get to hang out with my brother, I try to hang out as much as possible, whatever.
Spend time together. Mm-hmm.
And two, I like Mr. Buddy heaters.
Well,
because when it gets cold, I hate it.
There is something to be said for that, and then you get away with a lot more movement if you're filming your hunt, especially if you're self-filming.
Yeah, tripods.
Oh, it's so much easier versus in a tree self-filming. Now you have a camera arm, you're grabbing your bow. There's a lot to go. I mean, I have some great cameramen that hunt with me, but every tree stand you hang, you're hanging too.
Yep.
Right? Because you got to think about that camera angle. So there is something to be said for being able to pop up a blind in August.
Yep.
The deer get used to it.
Yep.
And then, so yeah.
Well, and the other thing is me in a blind, I got my bags. I got my bags full of snacks. I can be a little bit more, more movement, I can get away with a lot more.
You can even manage some scent better in a blind with like an ozonics or something like that, because I'm not saying that it's the end all, the be all, but I have had deer feeding downwind of me, not a real hard wind, but like a 5 to 8 mile per hour wind, and I was running an ozonics, and I could not believe a mature buck came out and fed downwind of me.
Really.
And
I have not done ozonics yet. I'm thinking about this year I might pull the trigger on one, because
I thought it was smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Until I actually got to try one, and I saw, again, if you're in a tree stand, it can help, but in a ground blind it really does help, because you can manipulate how much wind is coming through, and you can position it. Yeah. Anyway,
I literally, for the first time, I saw them with Phil Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
We were hunting in New Mexico, elk. And he had his backpack, and he put ozonic in it, and he had it running in one of the Cafaro, one of those big or large pockets, and he ran it while he was literally spot stocking.
Really?
I mean, it was. I was like, dude, that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, my problem with the scent control, and you have the whitetail hunters that are so careful with their scent, right? And our problem is the first hill we run up or we hike up to get to glass for mule deer or to look for elk, I smell like a goat.
Mm-hmm.
So we hunt the wind. I mean, that's all I ever do.
Yeah, that's how I do it. I have to, because if I'm farting, let alone they can hear me breathing a mile away. Yeah. So I got to take every bit of advantage.
You do have a little wheeze.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, it's me living.
Didn't you have your deviated septum and you had the surgery, right? So
I have had it all. It did help me a lot. So I had my nose redone. I got it deviated. My sinus is clean. But it's my lungs. It's literally
because you have
asthma, and but before that, dude, I sounded way worse. Really? I mean, it was bad.
Wow.
And like even sleeping, my wife would be like, "Dude, you got to get this shit checked, dude. You're bad.
You sound like you can't breathe."
Yeah, I'm like she's like worried about me because gasping for
air.
That's
understandable.
But yeah, so I got that fixed, and it did help out a lot. But I'm telling you, man, my inhaler just sometimes doesn't do the job. It does not do the job. So I know the one thing I really wanted to talk about, just because I'm interested in it. I've done one with a buddy of mine that drew a tag. It's a once in a lifetime tag. You drew your Colorado moose here, and you got it done with your bow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And I just kind of want to hear it because I remember you sent me pictures of it, and I mean you sent me a lot of pictures. You are by far, well, you put it up on your Instagram story the other day.
That was only because you were giving me such a hard time,
and that's why I said, like, if I can't dish it, I better be able to get it, right. Like and that's what's funny about our group is we just consistently bust each other's balls, but you literally. Would you rather score 10s or 12s or get your meat? Get all your animals you tagged out on, and you had a collage of last year of what you did, and I'm impressed because I remember getting those pictures sent to me. I mean, you had obviously the moose, but you had elk, you had mule deer,
I had a good season last year.
Had whitetail,
and I didn't fill 2 tags, but. That was probably one of my best seasons as far as big stuff. And what I mean by that is I'm not a trophy hunter, but if I have an opportunity and there's I've got a big buck and a smaller buck, I'm going to try and shoot the bigger buck, right?
One. Obviously, anybody would.
It's not rocket science. But I'm an equal opportunity archer. Last year I drew that moose tag, so that was what I would consider my primary hunt for the year.
Right.
I mean, all my scouting time, I didn't scout for mule deer. I didn't, even though I had mule deer tags, I didn't scout for them. Why? Because that was it. I mean, it's once in a lifetime. Good unit north of Gunnison. So we went, Tanner, Vernon, and I, Spent some time up there. And, of course, that was COVID summer, right? So
Yep.
you couldn't even find a camping spot because there were so many people out there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know everybody left and they were social distancing.
That was the only place you could go because their movie theaters weren't open, the restaurants weren't open, and so people wanted to, well, where can we go? Well, we can go recreate. So we went up there and spent a lot of time watching four-wheeler after ATV after, riding these trails, and I thought, man, this is going to affect the moose hunting. Heck, the moose don't care. They're so big.
They're used to it.
So it was cool. I never found the moose I wanted scouting. Never saw, I never saw, that's the one. I never saw. I saw a couple of decent bulls, but I was getting, because people found out I had the tag, I was getting texts from Instagram, instant messages. People were seeing bulls and texting me bulls. And so I had got one text of a pretty good bull, and I'm like, where did you see it? And I got a hold of the guy, and I said, where did you see it? Can you drop me a pin? And so he did, and it was in my unit. So I'm like, okay.
Cool.
Well, I already knew about that drainage, so I was going to look there. So I had these areas picked out. We set aside 2 weeks because I had what they call any weapon tag. So when it opened September 12th, I think is when the season opened, it was muzzleloader. You could hunt with a bow and a muzzleloader for a week. Then it went to bow only for 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Then it went to rifle for 2 weeks. So I could have, if I didn't kill it, I could have killed it with a muzzleloader. I could have killed it with a bow. I could have killed it with a rifle, whatever the season was.
Right.
Well, my plan was to try and kill it with a bow, of course. So I was hunting from the beginning with just a bow. And we went up there a couple days, set up one of the Davis tents, those nice wall tents. Because I had 5 or 6 guys coming with me to run camera.
Yep.
I had my mentor, my bow hunting mentor, Glenn Vlass, was with me. I invited him on that hunt because he's really the guy when I first moved to Colorado who got me into hunting or bow hunting in Colorado. Because I didn't know anybody. He's the one that introduced me to people.
Really?
Yeah, a great guy. So he lives over by Montrose now, and so he came up and he stayed. Sean Greathouse with Hamsky Archery came out, helped, and then Tanner and Garrett, and so it was really a good opportunity.
Sounded like a fun camp.
Oh,
Honestly.
it was and that was it. What I wanted was I wasn't concerned with killing the biggest bull, but because the experience is so unique, I wanted to spend it with certain guys.
Yeah. Exactly.
So once I had commitments from all those guys, we went in and we spent, a couple days looking around, and we spotted 2 bulls that we were like, okay, one was really wide, but he only had one tine off the front and 2 tines off the,
Yeah.
So if you're
off the shovels, right?
Yeah, exactly. And what you're looking for is multiple. You're looking for 3 or 4 on a side. And I guess I got to be honest, I didn't even know how to score a moose when I drew this tag. I'm like, what's a big?
Well,
they're all big.
Yeah, they all look big, and I'm just saying paddles are paddles, right?
Right, yeah. And I mean, if I want a paddle, I want a big paddle, right? Yeah, well, but then it matters how many points and how many, So I'm learning all this as we're scouting and stuff. So we looked at a couple bulls, and I'm like, I would shoot that bull. And Tanner Vernon goes, no, you won't. He goes, we're going to find a better bull than that. And I'm like, that dude's big. He's mature. And he's like, yeah, but you're not going to go shoot that bull opening morning. So I'm like, okay.
Now, Tanner, has he been on multiple moose hunts and stuff like that?
Yeah, I don't know that he's never hunted, but I think he's been, and he's also just spent enough time. He guides elk hunters and mule deer hunters. So he just spends a ton of time around them. And, he's one of those guys that loves shed hunting and stuff. So he talks scores, and he's in that world. I'm all about, that's good enough for me, man. That looks great. That's a trophy to me. And as long as for me, if I can get
how far is the pack out? That's it.
Exactly. But for me, if I can get it on camera. Can I make a film? Can I make a show out of this? Can I share this adventure? So opening morning, we go to this one drainage that I know the guy had sent me that photo of that good bull. Mm-hmm. And we caught a glimpse of this bull that quick, right at first light, following a cow into the dark timber. And I'm like, dang it, I wish I could. And it was a mile off. We're looking through binoculars, but you can tell he's a good bull. So we literally sat on that drainage the rest of that day hoping he'd pop back out in this willow around the creek. You know how the willows grow up and they just love it in that country. And he never did.
Really?
So we had split up into half, our crew, and the other crew was sitting on that other bull that I would have probably, if Tanner would have been there, I would have been like, yeah, I'll shoot him. And they found him again. So we knew, we kind of had that bull. And we heard about a couple other bulls in the area. But that day goes by. And I'm okay. I don't have to kill something the first day. I mean, I don't even have to kill something. I want to experience the hunt. And in a way, I didn't want to kill something the first day. But I wanted to look at this bull again. So then the next morning we go back up there. Same thing, except this time we're all there. And we're going to kind of drop people off as we go up the draw or up the whole drainage so we can sit, get some elevation, and sit and watch this. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock rolls. No, it was probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. Hadn't seen anything. And it's cool. Well, it was probably 25 degrees. Of course, we're up, 10,000 feet maybe. And you can see the steam coming off. And I'm like, man, I don't know where this bull is. We got elk coming below us. It was a beautiful morning, just one of those mornings. And I said, let's just finish this trail out to the end of this draw and just look.
Yeah.
So we do. We end up heading up the draw and we look up and there that bull is with 3 cows.
Oh, no kidding.
And we're like, okay, now let's take a look. So we sit there. They're not scared of us.
No.
I would love to say that I'm just the sneakiest son of a gun alive, but moose, I'm not a threat to moose.
Nope.
If I didn't have a bow in my hand or a gun, right? They're just not afraid of a lot of things.
Nope.
So we're all looking, and I said, let's get a better look. Well, Sean Greathouse, he killed a moose in Alaska, and so he's got his whole rig. We got a Montana decoy, the moose rack.
Yep.
So he's carrying that. He's got a moose clavicle from his Alaska moose that he killed in Alaska. That the resonance of that when you scrape it sounds a lot better than like a
paddle.
Yeah, a fake paddle or even a cattle clavicle.
Yep.
It just has a really good resonance. And he's really particular. So he's got his 2 tools, right? He's going to call this bull in. And I'm like, whatever. Let's just see if we can get closer. So we move around, and he starts raking and, that just kind of make it. That bull picks his head up, and here he comes. I'm like, son of a gun, this is going to happen. But we still don't know if he's the one, And I actually did a film on this called The One, and it'll be in the Full Draw Film Tour coming that's touring the U.S. right now.
Oh, no kidding.
And it's called, I call it The One, and because that's what we were looking for, The One. And so as he starts to come in, it's really cool because he's doing that stride and his head's wobbling. Yeah. And well, Sean's doing the same thing. Well, Sean is we've set up kind of like you would elk, where you're calling and we're up closer, and the bull comes to 20 yards just on the other side of this big tree, big juniper. And he starts to rake, and I'm like, he's going to step out at 18 yards, and I'm going to smoke him. And I keep looking back at Tanner going, what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm all in, and Tanner's like, "Oh, he's a pretty good bull. He's got 3 on each, 3 fronts on each side, and he looks wide. His paddles aren't real wide, but his width, we're talking through all this. The bull's 30 yards away, coming closer.
He's doing the sound.
Oh yeah, and you can hear Sean back behind us scraping. He's not doing a lot of calling anymore, but he's scraping, and so it sounds like there's a bull back there, and he's going to look for that bull. And so we have a Mexican standoff there for probably 15 minutes, and he never does anything but from his neck up in front of that bush. So I don't have a shot. So that kind of is like, well, okay. So he finally gets bored or whatever and goes back and joins his cows, and they start moving toward the timber. So Sean and I get hooked back up, and we're like, well, what do you think? He goes, I think there's bigger bulls. And I'm like, yeah, but he's really good. And, of course, now I'm glassing him again. I'm like, man, he's really good. Let's go see if we can get some more footage of him. We get back around. We come around, and now They're 70 yards out in front of us, but we're coming through the timber.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to be quiet. We got the wind in our face, but Sean's just thrashing and grunting and stuff, and we're really just seeing if we can get some more interaction. Here he comes again.
Really?
14 yards. But we're in the willows this time.
Yeah.
And every time, twice, of course, I've made the commitment. He is the one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, if he comes in, I'm shooting this dude. He's huge.
Yeah.
Of course, all moose are huge. But it was funny because he came in twice. I was at full draw. Once I couldn't shoot him because of too much brush in the way. Once I couldn't shoot him because Tanner didn't have a good angle with the camera. And we're in no rush. This is the second day of the hunt. He's a great bull, but I'm like, if he gives me a shot, great. But this is great footage.
Yeah.
He turns, walks away, goes out to 70 yards. We're like, wow, that was cool. I have in the footage, you see me, I take my arrow off my string, and I just look at the camera and I go, man, that was cool. That's a good bull. Hopefully I can stay on, and then Sean goes, hey, we're not done yet. I'm going to call him back. I said, no, you're not. I mean, we've called him twice, right? Yeah. Sean gets aggressive. I mean, like obnoxious aggressive. Really? This time he calls the cows.
Oh, so then
all three cows come. The cows are literally 11 yards from us. And the bull is behind the cows. But the problem is the cows, I could have shot any one of them at 11 yards. But the bull's standing looking at them. He's 14, maybe 13 yards, but there's a tree. And, okay, now it's go time. But it's kind of cool because I had my heart elevated and go back down and elevate it again. Yeah. I'm actually pretty even keel now. I'm like, if he gives me a shot, a good shot, I'll take it. But I'm not going to rush this, which is a good position to be when you have a situation like that. So he turns, starts to walk away. Sean grunts at him aggressively. He stops. I come to full draw, and I said, Sean, how far is he? 33 yards. Okay. I put that 30-yard pin just a little bit high where I wanted to go. Boom. And he doesn't go 50 yards. Goes
really?
Down.
One arrow?
One arrow. I was shooting. Now, I beefed up my whole system last year.
Yeah, I kind of got it.
So I was shooting a 530 grain arrow, so a gold tip, and I was shooting a cut-on contact. It's called a sharpshooter. Wasp Archery makes a sharpshooter. Uh-huh. So it looks like a big traditional archer's broadhead, right? But because I was shooting such a heavier arrow, it slowed my bow down. It was a dream to tune.
Really?
Oh, man, it just flew so good. I'll tell you, I killed everything with it this last year.
Oh.
But just because I had my bow set up for moose, I just hunted with everything.
Yeah.
I had more arc than I normally did because I was only shooting like 270 feet per second compared to, 285 or 290, which I normally shoot. But anyway, so he goes down, and it was really cool. We literally could get a four-wheeler or a Ranger to 350 yards from him.
That's dope. That was icing on the cake, I'm sure.
That was, and we didn't realize how much icing that was, Luke, till we started breaking that bad boy down. Yeah.
100%.
And he became.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to call her, Tomas. Go ahead. Let's let him in. You need a drink? I'm good. What's up, caller?
Talk to us.
Who is it, Tomas?
David Johnson.
David.
David.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, David?
What do you know?
Just working.
Working on a Saturday?
Yeah, I work for the post office.
Well, good for you.
Right on, man. Right on. Let me ask you this. Where are you calling from?
Texas, from Fort Worth.
Okay,
Fort
cool.
Worth. I spent a little time in Billy Bob's riding bulls in Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, man.
I used to live in Stephenville.
Oh, okay. I had a few baseball tournaments up there.
Yep.
Right on, man. You a big hunter or MMA fan? Which one are you? Or both?
Hunter, but thanks to your podcast, I'm getting more into the MMA.
Oh, right on, right on. How long you been listening
Can't
to
wait to
podcasts
watch
for?
the Adesanya tonight.
Oh yeah, me too. I got some picks for you. I'm not gonna pick him. I'm picking the Italian man.
No?
Yeah, I think the Italian's gonna beat him.
Really?
I do. I think it's gonna be an upset night. I think Diaz is gonna win. I think Moreno's gonna win, and I think the Italian's gonna win. That's my guess. That's my prediction for tonight. All those guys are
I gotta
underdogs.
listen to the professional.
Well,
I wouldn't say that. Come on now.
I'm telling you this right now. This is just a hunch. It's a gut feeling I got. But to beat the champions, you got to really beat the champions. So it's going to be a one-sided roll.
Stylebender, though, is one of those guys that you think he's in trouble, and then he just yeah.
He's a G. He's good. He's good, man. Hey, do me a favor. Send me a DM that you called in, and I'll get you one of these new marsupial belts.
Marsupial
belts.
Marsupial belts. Let me talk for him. He'll send you one of the marsupial belts. Okay?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we'll give you these are brand new. Man, I'm telling you, they're slick. Trevor,
I'm wearing one right now.
Me too. I'm wearing one. Easy access, get in and out of your pants. I love them. So send me your address. We'll send one out to you. And thanks for calling in, man.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, you too, brother.
Later.
Scott.
Is it a new caller?
Scott?
Matthew Scott.
What's going on, guys? How's it going?
Matthew Scott. Is this Matthew Scott?
Yep. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. Just down in New Orleans, sweating my ass off.
Oh, humid.
New Orleans. Damn, it's hot
Oh,
as
yeah.
hell there.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
What do you do for work down there?
I actually, I'm a flight medic for one of the local hospitals down here. So I fly in the helicopter and transport children.
Oh, no shit. Well, good for you, man. Well, thank you for doing that. You
That's no problem.
Are you working today?
No, I'm actually off today. We usually get a couple of days off, so this is my stretch.
Oh, cool. Are you a big hunter?
Yeah, man, I try to be. I've been getting my ass kicked today by a...
I think we all try to be a big hunter, don't we?
You go ahead.
I said we all try to be a big hunter.
I've been getting my ass kicked today with these. I'm trying to tie these knocking points on my traditional bow, so that's been whooping my ass for a little bit today.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Well, you hit the nail on the head when you said the traditional bow.
Yeah.
I mean, you just made you made life a lot harder just right there.
Oh yeah.
How long you been shooting that trad for now?
A couple of months.
Oh,
I just got into it. I've been listening to y'all talk about it, so I was like, I'll try to dive down the rabbit hole. It's fun, but it definitely humbles you for really quick.
Well, you need to. I'll tell you, I've shot a trad bow, and one of the best things you can do is when you're new like you are, is get some good help, man. Get somebody who can watch you shoot and put you down the right path. Because if you can learn the proper basics and fundamentals early, boy, you're going to be successful a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's been really helpful listening to y'all's podcast. With of course, with like Snyder and everybody on it. So I've just tried to listen to anybody and everybody.
Well, Aaron today shot a 164 and probably one of the hardest courses, I would say, in Colorado. It really is. It's a fucking beast, and the guy's fucking good, right?
But you can't compare yourself. I mean, a normal person can't compare to Aaron because he was at such a high level competitively with a bow, a compound bow, and he has been able to take those same fundamentals to the traditional archery. And let's just be honest, who works hard? Who shoots more than that guy?
I don't know anybody.
Yeah. So
I don't know anybody. Yeah. So I would just say, keep trying, keep doing it. I'm a good trier myself. That's what I do. I just keep trying.
Yeah, I hear you.
Here's the thing, man. If you have fun doing it, just keep doing it. You know what I mean? That's just it. Have fun what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Like today, I don't care that my team lost. My point is, I wouldn't trade any of the time this morning for anything. I really wouldn't. It's fun. It's fun, man. I love losing money, pretty much, is what I'm saying.
Pretty much how it works out.
I'm just used to it, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
man,
Sometimes I shoot. I was gonna say sometimes I shoot really well. Other times I scare the shit out of anything in the near vicinity of the target. So.
Yep. That's how it goes. You'll have those good days and bad days.
Well, do you play golf?
No, not really.
Well, they say in golf that it only takes one good shot on 18 holes for you to get back, to want to come back. Well, traditional archery is kind of that same way. You might shoot 20 targets, but that one target that went perfect and you hit right where you're looking and all that whole, it keeps you coming back.
That's the truth.
Yeah, it's definitely fun.
And the other thing I was going to tell you, man, do me a favor, DM me and my Gladiators Unleashed your address, and I'll get you this new belt from Marsupial. And it's pretty slick, man. I'm giving out belts today from Marsupial. They're good. They're slick.
Oh, man. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all's podcast. It's funny as hell. So
good.
Anytime y'all get on, I'm listening.
Right on. Well, we try to have fun, and we appreciate you listening. But send me your address, and I'll get you one out. Guaranteed to help your game.
Will do. I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, right on. All right, Pimp. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too, bud. Those Cajuns, those freaking Louisiana boys, some of the craziest bull riders I used to ride bulls with.
Yeah.
They were those from that area. Whether it be Lafayette or New Orleans or any of that stuff. Those guys were flat crazy.
Right.
And good bull riders too.
Well, I just love how they all they're just different. They're like it gets Western fast with them.
And they are not scared.
Scared, huh?
I don't need to go into stories, but there's some stories I can tell you of I was with them and I got into situations that I had no business being there, but because I was them, I got into these precarious situations.
What you got, Tomas?
All right. Got another call here. Leon, you're on.
Leon? I only know one Leon. Who is this? Leon from Oregon?
Yeah, what up, dog?
Is this from EO Boys?
EO Boys in the house.
Oh, snap. What up? Hey, man, congrats on your kid.
Not much, man, not much.
Congrats on your kid.
I appreciate it.
What's up, man? What are you doing today?
I just got done doing some cardio, trying to get my fat ass into shape for hunting season.
Hey, I see you. You are like taking the whole the new challenge, man. You are getting yourself into shape, huh?
Well, trying. I'm still pretty fat, but I'm down about 25 pounds, so that's a start.
You're down 25 pounds?
Yeah, down 25. I got another fucking 20, 30 to go.
Damn, dude. Good for you, though. Holy shit. What's the secret? What are you doing?
So there's actually this program I've been doing. It's by a guy named Andy Priscilla, who is a part of First Form, and it's called the 75 Hard Challenge. So you do all kinds of shit. You have to do 2 workouts a day, drink a gallon of water, read 10 pages, just a bunch of stuff, man. Really? And I feel like it's been helping me the most. I'm staying disciplined to it, so it's been helping me get back on track where I need to be.
So you found your cup of tea that's actually motivated you, and you found something that you can keep track of. Yeah,
man, definitely. And not only that, it helps me physically, but more importantly, it helps me mentally. Like, just keeps me sharp and keeps me going. So
Well, I think
I'm enjoying it so far.
that's the whole point of being in fitness, right? It's the discipline, it's the mental part of it, right? Like I could,
Yes, sir.
I could work out every day of the week, and when it comes down to like food and stuff, I'll kill it. You know what I mean? But when you find like a program when you find a program that literally motivates you to keep going, getting better. Right now, my wife's on a whole nother level right now, dude. She's on this Noom deal, and I'm telling you, man, it's crazy how she looks. She is at the same weight and looks good like how we used to when the day we got married 9 years ago. Like she's down, she's crazy with 2 kids. I know, dude, it's nuts. She's on it though. She's all drinking water like your gallon of water. You know, it's crazy when you find something that motivates you and you can stick to it. Do it, man. And it sounds like you're on the right path of success,
I'm trying,
man.
but
I see your stories, and I'm like, damn, he's doing it, man. That's good. That's good. Like you're on.
I'm just trying to stay.
You're trying to what?
Yeah, just trying to stay consistent. Trying to stay consistent with it. That's about it.
That's the key, man. Having the consistency. I mean, that's like me, man, on the archery range. You know, I'm consistent. I went from 5s last year.
Consistent 5s?
Last year. Last year I was more 5s. This year I bumped up to 8s.
Yeah, you're definitely this
Hey,
year.
there you go.
Luke has definitely stepped up to a quiver full of 8s. Last year he did have a quiver full of 5s.
I couldn't.
Hey, you're not.
I couldn't fucking buy a fucking 8 if I tried.
You're gonna have to tell Jerry to update your stickers and do a quiver full of 8s
I
instead of
know,
5s.
dude. I want the quiver full of 10s. If I got a quiver full of 10, I'm happy. You know, I'm cool.
But so does everybody else.
I know everybody else does. Man, I'll tell you what, dude. You one of these times, you got to come down here to Colorado and stay a couple days. Come and stay with me, and we'll go shoot this course. And it's a fucking eye opener, bro. It's an eye opener.
Yeah, definitely.
It's cool, man. This is a cool course. But hey, do me a favor. I got
What's the closest airport?
DIA.
What's the closest airport to you guys?
Yeah, Denver.
Denver. You're about
Denver. Okay.
Yeah, 50 minutes from me. You come down, I'll have Skinny Cody come pick you up, my bitch. You know, he'll go pick you up.
He'll be my Uber.
Yeah, he'll be your Uber. But yeah, you come on down. Let me know. It'd be fun. Hey, do me a favor. Send me your address. I got these marsupial belts. Dude, they are slick, dude. You'll like them. I promise you. I'll send you out.
Oh, yeah.
one.
So I just got my second harness, marsupial harness.
Oh, okay.
So those things are the shit, man. I really like them. Durable, comfortable.
I didn't even know they made belts. I really didn't. I didn't know.
I just got my first fly fishing harness vest.
Right from them.
And I had tried one of their older ones, but this new one they got out. I mean, everything that Jim makes is just top notch.
He's on top of the game, right?
Yeah.
He's good. He's good people, man. He treats. I mean, obviously you good. He treats me great. I'm telling you, man. Try this belt. I'll send it out to you. I got black, green, gray, and I think that's it.
They do have a brown, too.
Brown. I got a brown, yeah. So I'll send you one. Especially it's one that you can change the size on it because I know you're losing weight, brother. So it's good.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, perfect.
It's easy access too for your old lady. All she has to do is
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Mama will like that.
All right, man. Well, you take it easy. Hey, thanks for listening. Send me your address and I'll get that out to you, and I'll throw a little something in there for you.
All right, for sure. You guys take it easy. Have a good one.
Have I talked about the present that you gave me a while back?
What present?
The what present?
Oh, well,
the little roller you gave me.
How do you like that shit?
Dude, it's if I can do it, anybody can do it.
What is it?
He gave me
game changer.
Yeah, it's definitely a game changer. So I got this package in the mail. We were talking about this on a podcast. Like, you know, me and Aaron were talking about like he was taking gummies at night, helping sleep with CBD in it and THC and helping sleep. And I was like, man, I get scared to take them anymore because I had a panic attack with that shit. And I said, but I would take a little puff of a joint, you know, but I can't roll that shit, right? Like I can't. I'm an idiot when it comes to that stuff. I don't know how to do it. And Leon, he sent me out a little gift package. It's like a little instant roller. You put it in there, you know how to smoke. You roll a little doobie in that thing, and I'm good to go to bed. It's good though, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, Pimp. Well, keep up with the good work, and we'll talk soon.
All right, definitely. You guys take it easy. Have a good one.
All right, later, buddy. You know, do you follow those guys? EO Boys. They're like big old crew out of there's a bunch of guys that are EO Boys. They're a bunch of hunters out of Oregon and stuff, and they're funny as shit. They're good. They're
are
good.
They?
That's him. He's the main guy.
I'll follow.
Yeah, he's good, man. Yeah. He's a good dude. He just had a kid, and
that'll change your life.
Oh yeah, definitely change your life, and that's probably why he's trying to get fit now.
Yeah.
I probably should have said it. If nothing motivates you for being around for that kid, is probably the best motivation you need, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I said. But anyways, are we good, Tomas? Yeah. Good. Yeah. So the other thing I want to ask you, Trev, what's in store for this year, man?
Last year with I took a decent Wyoming mule deer, then the moose, and then I killed my moose that second day, so it ended up opening my elk season because I wasn't planning on hunting elk because I was going to hunt moose the whole time. Uh-huh. And then I went out and had some time and ran out and ended up calling in a bull the second day of our elk hunt and shot him. And then everything just kind of went
found place.
Yeah, I mean, it just really did. And so I killed a really nice whitetail I missed a whitetail.
No, not you.
Yes. And here's the crazy thing. Because I'm not the best competition archer, like you've seen. Yeah. But when it comes to hunting, I do really good. Not to be bragging or anything like that, but I can. When it's go time, I'm usually right in the zone, and I've been. You know how whitetail is. You get to know the animals. The biggest deer that we've had on the property in Kansas, I've been hunting him for 4 years. I've never seen him in person. 2 years ago, I invited Lane to come hunt with me. Uh-huh. Lane, Walter, who you know, Walter, he's up in the Fort Collins area. He's a Denver firefighter. Great guy. Lane is a
big hunter, great
producer. Great archer, too.
Yeah.
He's a competitive archer. Yeah. So Lane comes with me, and him and the cameraman, Levi, I have an Iowa tag, and I end up actually running to Iowa to try and hunt my Iowa buck, and I left them in Kansas, and they text me. The buck that I have been hunting shows up. They got him on camera. They didn't get a shot, but I had never seen the deer in daylight. I got trail camera pictures and stuff like that, and I was patterning him. Anyway, I never saw him later that season, but this year, Tanner and I were in Missouri. It was too hot. We weren't seeing much deer movement, but the deer were moving like crazy in Kansas. So we jetted back to Kansas. First morning in the stand, it's just perfect for this unique wind. And we'd been getting pictures of this buck leaving and coming back in the morning. So we snuck in there early, like an hour before first light.
Freezing your ass off.
It wasn't that cold. It was actually really warm for November 4th.
Really?
Normally you're looking at, it's cold. Yeah. I think I took a light jacket out to the stand. That's how warm it was.
Wow.
And which is, it's not the greatest for deer movement during that time, but it's November 4th. They're going to be on their feet. So I end up about 8:30, like the frickin' script. Tanner hits me, taps me, goes, "There's a buck coming." And I look over, and it's
him.
Blades. His name. We nickname him Blades because his brow tines are like knife blades. They're thick, like really flat and thick.
Now, was he like a big 8 or a big 5x5?
Big 5x5, and I think he's 8.
Oh,
like an old deer, like possibly. I think
on his way
coming
down.
Yeah, I think so because I think he had a better rack the year that Lane signed. And
you guys find his sheds or anything?
Oh yeah, I've got his sheds. I'm actually getting his sheds mounted.
Okay,
because that was one of the best years he had. I couldn't find him this year though. Anyway, make a long story short, he comes in. There's a big bush, and I've got it all planned out. Right, he's gonna walk behind that bush. I'm gonna come to full draw. He's gonna step out. I'm gonna shoot him at 20 yards. So I come to full draw, but he stops behind the bush for a long time. And I'm about to let back down because you know how it is. Yeah. You're at full draw. And he steps out. Now I can't let back down. So I'm okay. I'm all right. So I go. He's perfectly broadside. I am actually so relaxed. I'm like, I'm not going to rush this shot. And so I just about get the pin settled, and I'm just about to just send it right through the Boilermaker, and he steps. So I stop. I come out of my shot. I kind of take a deep breath. He takes a step and stops again. He actually takes a couple steps. Now he's closer, but he's quartering to me. I'm not going to take that shot. I'm going to wait because he didn't know I'm there. Wind's perfect. And this is literally, my heart is pounding. I can hear, you know how you hear your heart in your ears pounding? Yep. I can hear it. I'm excited, but I'm still pretty within myself. He turns and puts his nose down. Now he's quartering away, sniffing the ground, and I go to settle in. And the walls start coming in. I bounce an arrow off his back.
Oh my gosh, really?
Oh, I got it. It's all in stunning 4K freaking slow motion, dude. Yep. Anyway, I get my hair cut.
Yep.
But you can imagine my sense of what an idiot I am. That despair. Yeah. You're like, if I could only go back in time, I would go back 15 seconds and do that over. And now that I look back and I watch, because I have a GoPro, I have another camera on me, and I have Tanner running the main camera, I was holding my breath.
Oh, way too
the
long.
whole time.
Oh, no. You probably turned purple.
That's why the wall started to close in on me. And I thought I was totally within myself, except I forgot. I just quit breathing.
Yep.
Later that night, I go get in another stand, and I'm literally talking to the camera about, okay, I have this choice. I have 2 other bucks I can shoot. Or do I wait and hope that this buck gets on a pattern again and I can have an opportunity to kill this buck? Or do I shoot one of my other guys that, I know are 4 or 5 years old, they're mature bucks? And I finished the interview, and I kind of say I gotta be willing to shoot something else because I might not have another opportunity at Blades. And I hear something. I mean, literally, right after I finished talking, I turn and I hear something, and I tell Tanner, I said, there's something coming. My number 2 buck comes out, runs by me. I come to full draw. I have 3 lanes through this stand to the field edge because I'm kind of back a little bit from the field edge, and I cleared 3 lanes. I can't get him stopped. I go, meh, to try and stop him. And I can't get him stopped until the very last shooting lane. He's about 32 yards.
Was he chasing the doe or what? No.
He was looking. He was hot. He was definitely. I don't know if there was a hot trail there or something. Right. Because we hadn't seen another deer the whole night. It was pretty warm, and so this was just getting dark. So the bucks were moving. I get him stopped, 32 yards, Tannering him. He doesn't go 40 yards dead.
Awesome.
So. 150-inch deer,
great deer.
5-year-old deer.
Great deer.
Yeah, but Blades is still alive. So this year it could be interesting. Now, does he? That means he's 9, right? 9.5. He'll be 9.5 in November. Does that mean? I'm curious to see his growth. Is he going to keep going down, or does he bounce back? Now we had a drought at the end of their growing season last year. Anyway, so there's all those things. So.
It'll be interesting to see. That'd be cool.
But what a story. 4 years of hunting him, never seen him. The 4th year, I miss him. Can I kill him the 5th year?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to kill a 5-6-year-old deer, a mature deer. And as they get older, sometimes they get a little, I hate to say it, but they're actually more killable as they get older.
Yep.
They kind of come back to around. And I'm hoping that's the case, but I'm hoping he doesn't diminish so much, But.
Well, and at the same time, though, it's a mature deer, and you definitely want them at this biggest point, but at the same time, you have a history with this deer, so
Right.
it'll look just as good on the wall.
Yeah.
It tastes just as good.
Oh, it's delicious. And then I ended up coming back to Colorado, and I got a landowner tag that a buddy of mine, he owns some property. Matter of fact, Milton Reservoir east of Platteville there off I-25.
Okay.
Just a little spot. Not a lot of deer in there, but during November,
There's a lot.
guess what? You get mule deer and whitetail in there.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was actually out there hanging some stands. Was going to spend a little time because I know we had one good whitetail out there. I was going to try and kill him. And I look up and I see this mule deer buck, and I'm like, holy crud. I mean, he was good.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a cameraman. It's the only time I usually try and hunt that hunt without a cameraman. I just do it for me.
Yep.
And I snuck in there and waited, and he finally pushed a doe within 50 yards, and I shot him 188 inches.
Oh, it was a good buck. That's
Good.
definitely
It's
a good
my
one.
best mule deer so far. And I don't have it on camera. I did get a cameraman to come take pictures.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, I mean, here you are. I mean, a hunt that's just kind of something close to the house. It's fun. And I kill a friggin' stud.
Monster.
Like that.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Well, well, what do they say? If you ain't out there, you ain't gonna get
Yeah,
him.
that's
You know,
true.
it's
That's
the
true.
truth. It's a fact. I got a question for you. How high do you run your tree stands?
As high as I can. I'm not afraid of heights. I got a funny story for a cameraman that I found out was afraid of heights. I'll tell you it in a second. I like to run it. You know how they'll normally have 3 sections of stand?
Yeah.
And then you can, if you're going to put a stand up, then you can use those others that are just the ladders and use them to get up into your stand.
Yeah.
I usually end up putting it higher than that, and I end up using another one of those sections. So
you're above 20, 25.
And I just like being higher because deer
Movement.
Yeah. It helps me see more. It helps me, in my opinion, get less. I've seen deer. I've hunted with outfitters in the past when I first started whitetail hunting because I didn't know anything about them. And I would go and get in a stand, and deer would walk and look up at me.
Yep.
Like I don't know how many other people had been in that stand that had blown that stand. So I hate getting stands blown. So I put them really high. And I went on a hunt one time with a cameraman who had never been in this area, and I took him to a stand, and I didn't even think to ask him if he was scared of heights. And we got up in the stand, and it just started getting daylight. So we were maybe 15, 20 minutes too late, to get in the stand, total darkness. But we were fine. But he could start seeing the ground. And you know how you put a cameraman a little bit
Higher.
off to the side and higher. He got to my stand because he had to go up first. And then he went to get up into the cameraman stand, and he got paranoid. And he just hugged the tree. Like he wouldn't move. And I'm trying to get into my stand below him, and I'm like, dude, come on, let's go. He's like, oh. Anyway, so that's one thing
scared.
I didn't know he was scared of heights.
Yeah.
So the whole time he wouldn't stand up in the stand. And we had harnesses on and everything, right?
Yeah.
But he was so scared of heights. I just told him, I said, dude, just lean on your camera arm and just put your arm around it. And then you can run your camera with the other hand.
Yeah.
And he had to because he didn't want to move because he's scared of heights. So that's one thing when you're hunting whitetail and you're that high, you need to know with your cameraman before you go
for sure.
the first time.
Well, you wouldn't really think about that. You'd
No.
be like, oh, you've done this before. You're probably good. But I'm the same way with you, as I always think higher is better, and I don't know.
But then I've seen guys shoot them out of a stand that's only 10 foot tall.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess it's all a matter of what the wind's doing and your movement. So.
And some of those ladder stands only go up to 10, 12,
Yeah.
And I like the ladder stands personally just because I feel safer that way. But I'm like, man, this is too low. I feel like it's too low, and then they'll come right underneath me,
Yeah.
and it's weird because
Let me ask you this. Do you pee out of your stand? Or do you pee in a bottle?
I pee in a bottle.
See, I used to. I used to do that a lot. And then I started doing some tests with deer under my stand. Matter of fact, I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, but I peed on a little spike's head because I was peeing. I wanted to see if it spooked him.
Yeah,
and
do you
and
think
it didn't at all.
I know, that's what I'm saying though. We go into that older, age deer, You know,
I've had mature deer.
You've had mature deer.
I've peed and had mature deer walk, sniff it, and then keep walking. Totally. So I guess I've seen enough in my little scope of my experience that I don't even worry about it anymore.
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like I've been hunting with my cousins and stuff, and they'll pop open they'll light up a marble bread.
Really?
You know, and I'm like, fucking, you know, I'm on there laying and I'm hunting, you know, who am I going to tell them to fucking knock that shit off, right? Like, here's me, I'm just fucking spraying scent killer, trying to do all this scent, and sure as shit, you know, I'm there filming him, and here comes a deer, and they don't give a shit. He has one lit up in his goddamn mouth.
Well, I mean, sometimes I wonder about that. I think, you know, something like a cigarette, I would think would definitely in my little pea brain, that would probably scare off a mature buck.
100%, I thought too. Any deer, I think, you know.
But my question is this: do you chew you chew snuff? I chew snuff. Would you spit out of a tree stand?
See,
on the ground?
I know.
You spit in the bottle.
I spit in the bottle.
Okay, I do too.
I'm just
because
I
I think
prevent as much as I can.
I think that I agree with that. I think that if I spit on the ground, that's I mean maybe it's organic enough that it wouldn't bother.
Yeah,
but I wonder about that. But because of urine is mostly it's a lot of ammonia.
Right.
You know, I mean. I guess there's pheromones. I don't know.
I mean, well, you mean deer piss, you know, all kinds of shit piss out there.
And I have peed in a scrape, started a mock scrape,
Yeah.
peed in it, and then had a friggin' buck come over
see.
and pee right in it too. So I don't know.
I know, it's just one of those things where you don't really know of what you've just been told of, hey, scent control, this and that. But then, you know, it's all trial and error, I think.
And if the wind is right, it doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is when you're hunting in the woods like we do out here in the West and you're hiking canyons and you're hiking ridges and you're glassing, you're going to sweat. So you're going to stink. So you have to use the wind. I do my best, just like most white-tailed hunters, to get in a stand where I won't wear any jacket, even though it's cold, because I know that'll help me avoid sweating. And then when I get in the stand, I'll put the jacket on so I can stay warm because I don't want to get stinky,
sweaty,
smelly.
Going in.
Yeah,
it's weird. And that's another reason why I like hunting out of hunting blinds, box blinds, or just regular
it's just
pop-up blinds.
Contain your scent more.
I that's another reason why I like it. You know, I don't know. That's a weird topic because you know you got some diehard hunters, you know, whitetail hunters that just, you know, they're all about scent control and wind. I think the one thing that you can't, you know, hide behind is the wind.
Right.
Like you can't fool the wind.
No, well, Adam Wells, a good friend of mine, said one time, and it's always stuck with me. You can fool their eyes, you can fool their ears, but you'll never fool their nose.
100%, I think.
And so I think that's good. That's why I like turkey hunting, because I'm like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to worry about the wind, you know. But they see really
now
good.
Their eyes, you can't fuck with their eyes. Yeah.
I mean, they so.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's unique.
What about your daughter? You got a daughter now that, you know, been doing the outdoor stuff with you. She came out, shot with us a few times last year. And I say this because, you know, I got a daughter now that's 6 years old. She's shooting with me, and I love it. I love that part of being a dad and being like, Dad, why am I missing that? Well, first of all, I'm the wrong fucking guy. but I play it off good, right? I play it off good. But she does good, and it's so cool seeing her hit a target. I mean, she loves all these targets that I got out here. And it's kind of been our nightly routine. We you know, me and her, you know, go out in the range, and we do it. And, like, it's something that I will remember forever for me.
And as she grows, especially as she falls in love with it on her own accord, Avery does it, and she's even said this to me. She does it because it gives her a chance to spend time with me.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel good. But on the other hand, I want her to like it because
she
I
wants
want
to do
her
it.
to like it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen as she gets older. That we'll see that.
That's why I'm asking.
She still wants to go,
Yeah.
and it started out the exact same way you do. I mean, I've got targets at my house, and she would come out and she'd shoot, and she's such a natural athlete that she goes and competes in those alpha bow hunting things, and she won't shoot her bow unless she's hunting or maybe a couple weeks before hunting and before the alpha and at alpha. That's all she's not like me and I just want to shoot my bow all the time. Because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But she'll do it to be with me. And so I'm okay with that.
Well, and that's kind of one thing I wanted to ask is because I'm enjoying this so much. Like, I'm taking as many pictures as I can of us doing it in video, and I'll share it. It's just, to me, I'm like, God, I hope she doesn't want to outgrow this. But at the same time, I'm not going to push her to do it, right?
No, and you can't.
Yeah.
You see people that do that, and then they don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so when it becomes her time with Dad, that's going to do that. And then when you see her, when you know you've got them, or that they're headed in the right path, is you're not even out there shooting, and you look out there and she's out there shooting. Then you're like, okay. Avery, I've never had that happen.
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, you want to go shoot? Sure, let's go shoot. But like, she won't go grab her bow and go out and shoot by herself.
Yeah. So,
and that's okay. That's okay.
Last night was the first time ever. Friday night was, and I cooked dinner for the wife and everything on the grill, and I was like, what are we going to do now? She's all like, well, we got Mom new arrows, because I went down to No Limits and bought my wife new arrows. And you want to shoot, Dad? Let's have Mom shoot. I said, well, I'll watch Marcus. I'll hold Marcus while you guys shoot. She's like, cool, let's do it. That to me, you don't even know how much I was like, oh fuck, this is awesome.
That's called a daddy win, right?
Yeah,
there,
right
dude.
there it is.
Yeah,
I like, honestly, and like seeing her and my wife shoot last night was like, it was something cool, and I just hope to continue to do that. But like I said, like, if she outgrows it, because I'm sure. How old's your daughter now? 13?
She's 15. And one of the most special moments in my life as a bow hunter was last year, not this last year, but the year before, turkey season. She was in a blind with, I think, Tanner and Garrett.
Your cameraman, yeah.
And her cousin, who is her same age.
Uh-huh.
I was in the blind with her cousin, or my nephews, my other two nephews. And we heard some turkeys over in their direction or whatever. We were probably 200 yards apart, but we didn't know what happened. And then here they come to find out she just shot her first turkey with a bow.
Oh, no kidding.
And you want to talk, that was better than any turkey I've ever killed.
Yep.
I mean, as far as,
yeah,
I was 10 times more excited than she was.
Yeah.
And then to have it on film.
Oh, yeah.
And she made a great shot. And so, that's when you know you're doing the right things.
Yeah, I can't wait for that to happen.
It'll happen. It'll happen because you're doing it the right way. You're not forcing anything on her.
Yeah, no.
She's just enjoying it.
I give her the option. I'm like, hey, you want to come out, hang out with me? And she's like, let's shoot. Yeah. And then she's all, I'm trying to show her, like, even if it's just us shooting, like, hey, how do we say it when we go get our arrows clear?
Right, yeah, safety.
Yeah, just stuff that I didn't know until I got, I went in blind, dude. I didn't know. I just followed the leader, you know what I mean? Right. And I'm just trying to show her the right way because, we get like a lot of guys out here shooting with me, and we're bullshitting. And the other day she told Luke, the guy that's my partner for the best of the best, Luke, it's not clear. I'm still shooting. So it's funny, you know what I mean? Like her to do that. But yeah, that's why I'm excited to see. But yeah, to me, I actually told my wife this morning. Marcus, my little 1-year-old, was in the shower today, right? He got in the shower with me. He stays in there and plays, right? And I get dressed. And he's all yelling. He knows the word Dad, and he waves at me during the shower. And I look, and my wife's getting ready to get in there too. And I'm like, I just don't understand how a dad, doesn't want to be a part of their own kids.
I know.
Thing. I mean, of course, everybody has
Everybody's got their own story.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But here's what I will say, and I'm going to stick to it. But I am their role model, period.
Oh, yeah.
Any dad is a role model. And whether, if I'm doing a podcast or if I'm a guy that works for the post office or a guy that's whatever, just a farmer, whatever. That is what they see, and they look up to it. They don't care how much money I make. They don't care what I do. They don't care if I lost today.
Right.
They just care about me being around.
Right. You're always going to be their hero.
Yeah.
And one thing somebody told me a long time ago is, especially with a daughter, is, and I try and do this with Avery quite a bit. If she was listening to this, she'd be embarrassed. But the fact of the matter is she's my princess.
Yeah.
And I'm always going to let her know she is my princess. And,
Always.
you know, I kid around because now she's 15 and all these boys are coming around, and she is knocked it. She looks like her mama.
Yeah, she's a good-looking girl,
gorgeous.
yeah.
And I just want her to know that anybody that hurts her is going to have to deal with me.
Yeah. 100%.
And not in a, and of course she gets embarrassed.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is because she's my princess. So one of the things I was warned about is don't be scared to hug your daughter.
Yep.
Show that affection. Son, same thing. But that is more of, I'm proud of you, son.
Yeah.
And I don't have a son, but I can see that correlation because my dad did that for me.
Uh-huh.
And what that did is it gave me the confidence to believe I could be like him.
Yep.
Because when he told me he was proud, you know, you hear these stories of dads that never told their sons they loved them. And I'm like, I can't even imagine that. But it was maybe not as much now. Back in the day, though, that tough love.
It was tough.
Right?
Yeah.
And but I think it's a good thing is to let your daughters know that they're your princess and let your sons know how proud you are of them.
Yeah.
And we need to do that more because that is how we're going to raise this next generation that hopefully takes over for you and I and does even a better job.
Yeah.
You know, raising good kids and being in the outdoors.
Well, and that I know we got on this topic, but like honestly, like there's no textbook of showing how to raise these kids. I'm just showing them there's a lot of cool things out here to do, a lot of good things you can do, and to me, I have no problem kissing my kids, telling them I love them. Like I want to do that, like, and I just want them to feel comfortable. To me, when she hits 15, 16 at the area where she has something on her chest or she needs to talk
to you.
She can either talk to me, just talk to my wife. Like I think that's important to me.
Let me ask you this question. How do you deal with your wife with the amount of time you're gone? That's something in our industry, in the hunting industry, people unfortunately, they forget about the fact that, you know, okay, maybe when you're single, you go on all these hunts, right? Because you don't really have any responsibility. But then when you get a family, you know, that's tough.
It's a 9-day difference. And, like, I got to give it to my wife because, like, even, like, for fights, you know, if I'm gone for fights, weekends, or a couple
you go
weeks,
to Dubai
for 2 weeks, COVID, you know, she is an all-star when it comes to that stuff, right? She, like, don't get me wrong, we've had our fights about it and stuff like that. But I literally had to take control of my life. Like, okay, there's no amount of dollar worth me missing my kids growing up, me time away from my wife. There's no money involved in that. I literally cut my hours back from the gym. I said, okay, how can I make my wife happy, be a better dad, still do what I want to do? And I had to look at it, and I had to give up time away from the gym, which it's not a bad thing. I mean, I miss a lot of it, but I got to do what's best for my family, right? Now that I have the podcast is making some money. I got great listeners. I got companies coming on. I got patrons helping me out. So if I can be home and work here and do more and be with my family, that's kind of my solution now. Am I going to stop this podcast? No. I'm an idiot if I stop this right now.
You got momentum.
Mm-hmm. Now, I got to pick and choose when I'm going to leave, and is it worth, the time? Like, obviously, when I go with Gaethje, it's worth my time. I get money from him, great money from him, but it's a lot more time away from my family.
But, Luke, I got to applaud you on this, and I know this is probably a different podcast than a lot of the ones you've done in the past because Nestor's not here.
Right, yeah.
But honestly, you've set things up where you can work out of the home when you're not at the gym, but then you're hunting here close, like your elk hunt.
Yep.
You can literally hunt 30 days of season, and you're still home for supper. You're still, it might be a late breakfast, but you can go and get that early morning and try and get a ruddy bull to come in and then come back. That's smart.
Don't get me wrong. There's some times where I miss the backcountry, and there'll be a time where I may lose this property and I can't hunt no more, right? Well, I'm gonna ride this wheel until it falls off, right?
Yeah,
because everybody knows how hard it is to get on private land, right?
It's tough,
and so,
especially up here, especially where you've got this property. There's good elk, and it's close to home, and so you do that. And then the other thing you do that I've noticed, again, I'm just a friend, but I'm always giving you heck on Instagram. But people come over to your house to shoot. Yeah. And so you're not always you don't have to go to American Bowman every day.
No.
You can have a shoot off every night right in your backyard. Yep. And then you're still cooking dinner, shout out to Primal Meats.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Mountain Primal.
Mountain Primal.
But yeah, you see that. And that's kind of what I've done to try to make my life be what it's at. Because I'm going to keep it real. My wife is a real family oriented. She wants to have family time. And I love it. I love her for that. Because, although there's sometimes where I'm like, I need a break. Because I realize, I'm with the kids.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
First thing in the morning, she's gone. I take care of them. We go to the gym together now. The kids and I go to the gym. We go to No Limits Archery together. I mean, we do everything together. Right. And then,
I remember I've been at Kafaru, and here you come with your daughter, and you guys are just hanging out. And she is, she's also she has become. I've seen her over the years. She's very comfortable with people, because you do that.
I think so,
and I think that's wise. The other thing that you do that I think is pretty cool is that I don't know your wife well, but she also understands how you chasing these dreams and passions makes you so much better at home.
I think I like
it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Rather than you wishing, instead of being here with the family, you wish you were out in the woods. You're in the woods, but then you're back to have family time. Yep. So that's a good balance. You strike a good balance with that.
Well, thank you for noticing that. And I definitely try, because honestly, I don't want to be away from my wife or my kids any more than I want to be, Right. I mean, we could say God damn, I need time away from her. I got a great family. Right. I got a great wife.
You married way over your head,
dude.
Wife. Dude, you and I both, if people knew my wife, they would be like, what is she doing with him?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be any more further away from than I have to be or gone. And so that I definitely I'm lucky there, and just everything, man. I just try to keep pushing and keep doing it. If I want something done, I'm gonna do it. I'm not a quitter, I guess, and that's maybe why I keep betting every weekend with Aaron, because I'm not a quitter. I will beat his ass.
And you do. There's occasions. It's not often, but there are occasions where you do. I mean, you and I have played. There's times I win and there's times you win.
Yep. I know. So anyways, anything else you want to add?
I did want to just throw out the new hat I'm wearing at the CBA. I'm real excited about what's going on there. I was on KafaruCast the other day, and we've talked about it a lot. So people are probably if they follow our stuff. Because
before you jump into CBA, because you've kind of jumped in on that and helped promote CBA.
So CBA, Colorado Bowhunters Association.
This is the thing right now. I'm not a member.
You need to become a member.
So tell me, how do I become a member?
It's really simple. It's $30 a year. And if you look at what you get for $30 a year, I just scratch my head why people.
Well, here's why I was mad at myself. When I saw the magazines that you posted, or the pictures and everything of Kafaro and all, I was like, why am I not getting these magazines? I'm not a member. Right. And I thought I was.
Right.
But I was like,
your membership ran out, and that's what it does. Yeah. I mean, we're trying to change that so that people that renew, you can renew automatically. And it's because most people do that. But the CBA, Colorado Bowhunter Association, has been around a long time, and I believe it started in 1969. Forgive me if I missed the date, but it's been around a long time. Yeah. And what the CBA does, it's if you hunt in Colorado with a bow, you need to be a member of the CBA. Why? Because the CBA is an organization that goes behind the scenes, and it has a legislative liaison. It has a CPW, Colorado Parks and Wildlife liaison. These are people that are going to meetings constantly to find out. Here's a good example. You remember, did you hear about they were trying to ban bow-mounted decoys?
No,
you didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh, yeah, it was a big deal. They were trying to they brought up a proposal to ban bow-mounted decoys because they said, and I'm doing quotations, too dangerous.
Really?
Yeah. What the CBA, excuse me, got wind of that, and guess what? They were at every meeting. They were, we cut it off at the pass. Okay? There's too many things that the anti-hunting organizations are these people are squared away, they're organized, and there's too many things that they're trying to take little pieces of us, and once they get one gone, you can't get it back.
Yep.
Spring bear hunting
That's
in Colorado.
what I was just going to say.
Right?
Yeah.
We're going to be hard-pressed to ever get that back.
Yeah.
Okay? Because we let it slide. Well, we weren't going to let this slide, because what happens if they took bow-mounted decoys? What's next? Mounted or unmounted decoys, just regular decoys like a Montana decoy. They're going to take that away. What's next? Rangefinders. That's not ethical. You know, I mean, whatever the thing is they use. These people are squared away. They have attorneys on retainer trying to
take everything away from
So we have got to put our best foot forward. So that's a little history of the CBA. What you get with the $30 is you get the to support our voice as a community larger and directed in the right places. You also get 6 amazing magazines, and that's where I have come in. I'm helping with Matt Jackson, who is a firecracker and a stud of an individual, as the editor. I'm the assistant editor, and I'm helping out. We've redesigned the website, the Colorado Bowhunters website, coloradobowhunter.org, and the Colorado Bowhunter, which is the magazine. You get 6 episodes. Episodes, six issues free. So there's a lot of people that would pay $30 for 6 really good magazine art. Over a year. Bi-monthly? So every 2 months. And so that's worth it in itself. But the bigger picture is the fact that we're coming together as a community, and we're staying on top of these issues, and it's important. I mean, I don't want to make this all about the politics, but if we don't mind our backyard, we're going to end up going, oh, remember when we used to be able to hunt elk?
Well, and Colorado is changing, because we are getting a lot of people moving into the state that are not natives, and they're
is there anybody who is a native in Colorado? Because I'm not.
No, I don't know anybody.
Tomas is. You're a Nebraskan. I'm a New Mexican. But Colorado, it has such great opportunities for outdoorsmen. Bow hunting specifically is what I love.
Yep.
If we don't, we're going to get run over, and we're going to get outmaneuvered. And that's why you have to be a member of the CBA. And I'm not trying to hard sell you. I'm just trying to plead with you, because I want my daughter, your son, to have not just the same rights as we, but better rights.
Yep. 100%.
And that's what I say, rights, not opportunities.
Rights.
We need to look at it that way. We have a right to hunt right now, and that can be taken away.
Yeah.
Because it is a privilege for sure. Okay. But if we look at it like, well, that was cool, it's never going to go away. It will if we don't protect it.
100%. So that's another thing. Like, when I saw the ads and everything, and I saw the magazine look awesome.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, we've done a good job.
It's up to date, I would say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I looked at it, I was like, man, this is something that, one, I want to maybe even talk to somebody about advertising with you guys. Like maybe, this is an audience that I want to get in front of too. Like, my podcast isn't for everybody, but it is for, I mean, obviously the downloads speak for himself, but like majority of it, I mean, it's either you like it or you don't, right? If you're into that thing. But like me and you, for instance, we have these conversations, and it ain't always like with Nestor or anything like that. But like when it's all done, right? We are bow hunters, and we all have to fucking stand and back each other's. Right. So, that's one thing I wanted to talk to you this morning. I was like, man, I need to become a member of that. And for one, I mean, $30. I mean, you saw me and you both threw $100.
Yeah, we spent a little bit more than that when we lost.
Yeah,
and it's easy because you just go to coloradobowhunters.org, and all you have to do, there's a subscribe, or a be a member right there, and you fill it out. You're done. You're done. It's simple. We took the magazine. It used to be the old school way was you fill something out, you mail it in, right, with a check. Well, now it's all automated, and the magazine's gonna show up in your friggin' mailbox every 2 months, and we're gonna keep you up to date with emails like the situation with the bow-mounted decoys. If we need a group of people to show up, we're gonna get the word out.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, we're also gonna be a community of like they're having different, they call it the jamboree.
Okay, yep, I know that.
I think this weekend they had they're having Kings Canyon shoot. They have these shoots, which are more than just 3D shoots like what we did today where we went and, you're competing. It's more of a family camping, community building type things. But then on the flip side, there you got Alpha Bow Hunter with Phil Mendoza and what's going on there. We want to partner all of these different things. Kafaru, Aaron, and the crew at Kafaru has been a huge partner for the CBA because they see the necessity of supporting ourselves.
Yep.
So they get it.
Yep.
And Hamsky, same thing. You've got all these organizations. And so we just got to keep growing it, and it grows one person at a time. If you're listening to this podcast and you want to hunt Colorado or you do hunt Colorado, please look at it, coloradobowhunters.org, and become a member because, dude, if we don't do it, we're going to lose this.
Yeah.
I hate to get all serious and salesy on your podcast, but the fact of the matter is I was actually one of the featured speakers, the keynote speaker at the 2018 banquet that they had. And that was an honor, okay? But I kind of realized I'd sat on the sidelines long enough. And when they needed help in an area that I'm good at, which is marketing and promotion and imagery and photography and stuff like that, I said, I don't get paid a dime. I said, I need to step up. And Matt Jackson and I partnered up to take over the magazine and help with the website. And Matt's the captain. I'm second lieutenant. I don't know what's under a captain.
Yeah.
But that's, his expertise is the promotion and getting the word out and organizing people. My expertise is imagery, telling a story. You know how I am. I love to tell a story, and so it works. It works great. So yeah, we definitely you need to become a member.
Yeah, definitely. That's I'm gonna do that today. While I have a little bit more money left in my account.
Yeah, you better do it before you shoot with Aaron again.
But yeah, so honestly, like that's one thing I really wanted to touch on with you too. Colorado Bow Association, bow hunting,
CBA, Colorado Bow Hunters Association. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So and there's a heritage there. If you go, I mean, Aaron talks about on his podcast. There's over the last 20 years, there hasn't been the best. How would you say this? There hasn't. Looking from the outside in, it doesn't look like that's something I want to necessarily be a part of. But when you step back and you go, wait a minute. What they stand for and what they're doing, all of these people are volunteers and they're going to battle. I want to be at their side. Back in the day when the militia would rise up and go against the British, back in, I don't even know what war was that, the Indian, anyway. That's what we're doing here. We're on the ground floor of some battles. Yep. And it's not that we need everybody who's a CBA member to show up at the Capitol, but we need to have the resources to make sure somebody is so that they can go and then speak before the Wildlife Commission on our behalf.
Yep.
If we don't have somebody there just because I don't want to go do that. Well, then guess what? 5 years down when the season structures get changed, we don't have the voice.
Yep.
To make it so we can do what we love.
No, you said it right there, and that's honestly the truth. Like, And if it's $30, I mean, what's $30 nowadays, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's
like,
nothing.
It does nothing. Like it really isn't. I was actually talking to, I don't know who it was, but you remember like when the $100 bill used to be like, oh God, dude, he got a $100 bill.
Yeah, you're walking around with a $100 bill in your pocket. You're freaking rich.
Yeah, right. And like now it's just like, I think the new $100 bill is $1,000 now. If you don't have $1,000, your car breaks down, something going wrong with your house, or you got to buy something. I mean, a bow, $1,000, gun,
Easy,
way more than $1,000.
Yeah,
it's the new $100 is $1,000. So when you get like something, you say $30, sign me up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is.
If you look at what we spend in Netflix and Amazon Prime and stuff a month, right? You know, I have ESPN so I can watch. We'll talk about. I wanted to get your picks on the UFC fights tonight, but so I can watch the ESPN Plus.
Yep.
You know, I've got that. If I went and looked at just those charges that automatically come off my credit card, that's a lot more than $30, and that's every month.
Every month.
And if I had the choice to never bow hunt again, or I could watch ESPN Plus, I'm sorry, ESPN Plus, I'm
gone. All right, I know.
So I don't want to make it that simple, but the fact of the matter, we got to put our money where our mouth is, and but the only way we're going to make any headway is if we get a big group.
Yeah.
Okay. Because more voices are louder.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to make change.
I mean, and it's just not Colorado. I mean, every state probably has their own CBA.
Yeah,
right?
Wyoming has a great bow hunting. I think Aaron went and spoke at their banquet.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of organizations like that, but we have to start on the local level, and the local level with hunting really does go to your state's CPW or Division of Wildlife, depending upon what state, what they call it, and that's where we need to make sure we're watching. That ties into that state's legislative property and the wildlife commissions that they have set up. If you're not there watching what goes on, I promise you the people that want to stop hunting
they're going to be there.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
You got one more, Tomas?
Yeah, we got Daniel online.
What's up, Daniel?
How's it going?
What's up, man? Where you calling from?
I'm actually calling from Denver. I'm one of the few natives.
Oh, hell
awesome.
Yeah. Right on, man. You're obviously a hunter?
Yes, absolutely.
Let me ask you this, Daniel. Do you have a Subaru with a native sticker on it?
No, but I do have a Jeep with a Kafaru sticker.
That's even better.
Even better. Daniel, how long have you been listening to the podcast for?
Oh, man, since day one, I do really appreciate it. You guys have always, you've definitely been a lot of entertainment for making something so awesome, especially archery. It just kind of, when you have that downtime, you get stressed with like hunting in general or practice. So it's good to just throw on a GU podcast, and then you're like, all right, I can shoot again.
You're like, I don't suck that bad. Luke does.
Exactly.
Hey, let me ask you this. What kind of podcasts are your favorite when it comes to which ones do you like the best?
Well, I bounce between this one, definitely the Kafaru cast, and definitely John Dudley's one. You can't forget the Joe Rogan.
Technical on Dudley's. Do you like the Nestor episodes?
Oh, definitely. Also, too, with those, he's got his group of friends that started that Nestor. Yeah. Those ones, I've downloaded those and listened to those ones a bunch.
Yeah, all those boys, the good old boys from Oklahoma and Texas. Yeah, dude, he usually I grew. And that's honestly why I wanted to do the podcast. I mean, nothing wrong with all the technical ones, but you ain't getting technical with me. You are getting technical with, oh, my God.
Guess who just walked in the freaking door?
Nestor just literally walked in the door. We were just talking about you.
Hey, we got some barbecue there, brother.
I never got any food.
But, yeah, so, I appreciate you listening and chiming in. I honestly can't thank you enough. Do me a favor. Send me your address, and I'll get you a new belt sent away from you from Marsupial.
Gear. We need to work on your enunciation.
Hey, listen, dog, I've been
I love the Lukeisms.
Yeah, that's it, dog. That's what I'm saying. I keep the shit real.
Right. Well, also, too, Luke, with what you guys were talking about earlier about how you were, loving the family life. So I actually teach cooking lessons at a place downtown. That'd be cool to get you in here. I'd definitely pour you some tequila down here.
Yeah. What kind of cooking you do? What is it?
So the place is called Stir Cooking School. It's in the Highlands, 32nd and Zuni. I do all the cooking lessons there, and my specialty is anything Italian because I used to live in Italy for 2 years.
Oh, no shit. Hell yeah, I would take you up on that. I'd love to learn some things, man. Hey, any brownie points I can get would keep my wife happy. I'm in it, dog. I'm definitely in it.
Heck yeah. So, and I'll keep the tequila flowing.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
send me a DM.
You need to make sure you have a driver for Luke then. If you're going to keep the tequila flowing, he needs to have a Uber back to the house.
We'll have an Uber. Well, look, Nestor's over there fucking looking at all the prizes.
This podcast is just fixing to take a right turn at Albuquerque right here with Nestor walking in. We were family friendly here for a second. Now.
Yeah, right. But anyways, so shoot me a DM, shoot me your address, and then tell me more about your cooking thing, and I'll come down and hit you up on that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thank you.
Hey, can we get Nestor in here?
Hey, Nestor, you ready? Here's the deal. Let's wind this one up real quick. Let's cut this one off. I'll tell you what, Trevon. For you got 2 weeks before the best of the best.
Okay.
This is what I need you to do.
Okay.
Keep shooting the way you're shooting.
Oh no! I'm not going to be shooting that rig and that friggin' release. I guarantee you, at the best of the best. I'm going to my hunting rig, and it will be a different show. Well, you've seen me. I mean, when you and I shot against each other at Alpha,
you beat me last year.
But I was also shooting a very different. A different setup, and I'm trying to work through some issues. But it'll be go time.
Okay. Well, what's going to be our side bet this year?
Just mano y mano.
Yeah.
By the way, that means man to man.
Man to man. Okay. Right.
Mano y mano. I'd say we need to at least go $100.
$100.
$100.
All right.
Higher
score between me.
Right.
And you.
Yeah. For sure. Straight up. Yeah.
I got a bet there. Y'all heard it from right here. $100.
Right
here, me and Trevon, $100, highest score on Saturday.
Dude, I'm going to be cheering for you. I want you to make the cut for the next day. I don't care if you beat me. And you're going to probably want me to be in there too. But
here's the thing about that cut. We talked about this. I've been thinking about this. If you don't get the money round on Sunday and you still want to shoot, you can have the option to buy back in, right?
Right.
Well, that's a lot of money, right?
That is.
So what I decided to do is on Sunday we'll have a losers consolation deal. You guys drive down here. If you guys want to shoot on Sunday, we'll go shoot the other side, whatever the money guys are shooting.
Okay.
We'll go shoot the other side. We'll put in $25 a head.
Well, and the drive down thing ain't going to happen. I'm freaking sleeping on your couch.
Well, there you go.
Because I ain't driving 4 hours.
That comes down to a bed, right?
That's right.
There. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
We'll throw a loser bracket together,
and we can still have fun and throw a little money in the pot.
Yeah, and everybody can watch who really wins the best of the best.
I love that.
So that's what we'll probably do on Sunday.
That'll be the real best of the best. I mean, come on, those guys that are going to make the cut, they're way above.
If I don't make the cut, I'm going to be hungover as hell.
Well, you're going to probably, if you made the cut.
I know. The way I shot today, I ain't making shit.
You and me both, brother.
Well, I gotta say, Tomas, you did all right, man. You did all right. I'm proud of you over there, Skinny Code, aka Tomas. Trevon, it's always a blast having you on the show.
Dude, that's fun.
I love talking to you. I love shooting with you.
Yeah.
Like I said, you gotta have thick skin to come around us, huh?
That's right. But it's all in good fun.
It is. It's all fun. On that note, I gotta give big props to my boys over at Crispy's. They sent out some goodies out for the best of the best, and they gave me a little present in there. I got these new black boots that I'll be rocking today. I didn't even want to wear them because I didn't want to get them dirty.
Dude, they are sharp looking.
Yeah, they are. They are nice.
You almost fell down 3 times.
But I got a tons of people sending me stuff. Guys, thank you. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, we'll stay tuned. We'll probably throw some podcasts down for the best of the best. You on attack?
I am going to TAC.
Oh, sweet. We'll do one. We'll talk there and we'll shoot. And we're going to have, I'm camping out there.
Are you?
Yeah. We're going to have a little fun. We're going to have a shooting gig.
That'll be good. Is Aaron going?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be there. So it'll be good. So anyways, on that note, we out. I appreciate everybody for downloading the Bullhorn app, tuning in, giving us questions, calling in, bullshitting with us. And hell, when you call in, you get free shit. So how do you not like that? Right? We out.